Welcome to Goat Talk Live.
I don't know. I get a little tired of hearing it, right?
The 99 is terrible. Here, I'm lacking for some reason. It's real white and flabby.
WTF. What are we doing?
Eddie, I tell everybody to listen that we're a really big deal.
Continues to grow and grow and grow.
Welcome to Goat Talk Live, and it's a touchdown. Well, glad to have everybody here tonight. Man, Goat Talk Live, the hangover edition is what I'm going to call it after the fundraiser last night, which was a huge success, by the way, and we're going to talk all about it tonight. But tonight we got a full house, and Pat, we'll kind of introduce you here. How you doing tonight, by the way?
Well, thanks for the introduction. I mean, not that anybody doesn't know who I am. I'm doing good, man. But I would agree exactly with what you just said. It is the hangover edition. Man, we were in that booth last night for 2.5 hours calling an amazing race. But we're going to hang out tonight, talk about it a little bit. Got a couple cool guests, but I don't know, Eddie. I'm ready to get it on, man. Well,
first thing we got to do is thank SAVE22 for their support of us in this podcast. We are presented by SAVE22. So everybody over there, love them. SAVE22.vet. You've heard me say it 1,000 times, and tonight's no different. At SAVE22vet on YouTube. Go check them out. We love those guys over there and gals. And we also got to thank ATYL Media, Taylor Kitchen, for allowing us to be on her platform. And a lot of good stuff this week. A lot of good NASCAR talk. Go check out her podcasts. Go check out the plethora of podcasts that are out there on her channel. If you want to have your first stop shop for NASCAR news, definitely hit those podcasts up. They're going to be well worth your time. They're pretty good too. I like listen to them myself. And of course, speaking of your one-stop shop, well, got to thank their new sponsor, NASCAR.shop. Go check them out. You can get your first order 15% off, I do believe. ATYL Media 2025, I think, is the or it might just be ATYL. But go check that out. Man, it's pretty cool stuff on there. Scan that QR code. You can go to NASCAR. That's NASCAR with a D.shop. And they support Taylor Kitchen, new sponsor over there, so big deal. But tonight we got a pretty solid episode. I'm pretty excited about this one for a lot of reasons. But we got two guests. We normally just have one, but tonight we're going to hit it up with two, and they're pretty special. First one we're going to bring in is your admin for the fundraiser race, the other goat, as they say. I don't know who that.
The other goat. Yeah, let's go with that.
Look, you put me in charge. There's going to be thousands of missteps and things that shouldn't be said. And look, I'm going to stand by it. The other goat here tonight, Jamie Barkus. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right. I'm not sure what to do with my time all of a sudden. I mean, it's like, just everything just vanished, and I'm like left with nothing to do. I don't know what to do with myself now.
Yeah, walking around aimlessly.
I know. So I feel like a bunch of nervous energy.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you for being here with us. It's going to be fun to talk to you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're always welcome, of course, and whether or not you choose to accept that, it's like Mission Impossible. It's up to you. Man, it's glad to have you and get to chat with you and talk with you is always a lot of fun. And we get to talk about some stuff tonight that will be really exciting. But it's not it. We're not done with the surprises. We've got, a lot of talk was about the Sim Rig recipients last night. And we get to have the most recent one, here with us tonight, and that's Jon Lawless. Jon, how you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, can't complain at all, man. I've enjoyed every bit of the Sim Rig as much as I can over the last 2 weeks. Tried being involved as much as I can with trading paints and showing off the different paint schemes I'm trying to come up with. And I had a blast in the fundraiser race until I didn't anymore, about lap 65-ish. So, but no, it's been a great time. Wonderful community. Everybody's been super supportive, and it's been fun.
Hell yeah. I didn't know he was getting a speech, but hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, let's put some of that in perspective, though, what he just said. When did you take that rig to him, Pat? Was it like last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, it was like yesterday, I think, along those lines. And,
he's only had it since breakfast, yet he drove his way into the dang main event and then lasted 65 laps into the damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, if Cody McElwain didn't run him over, he'd still be racing. So.
Well, there's your introduction to getting wrecked by Cody McElwain. So there you go. You got it knocked out of the way early.
Yeah.
I heard there's a punch card, so 10 of them, and 10 of them, and I get to take somebody out myself.
Mm-hmm. yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, credits and debits, we like to call it. You build up enough credit, you can take out a debit every once in a while. Well, we're glad to have you on the show. I don't know if it's a show or just sort of a I don't know what this is. This is just a mess is what it is. The mess is what we'll call it. But we're glad to have you here tonight. It's going to be fun to get to know you, talk to you a little bit, and we're glad that you're jumping right in, having fun. It takes some of the Sim Rig guys a few weeks, few months, maybe a year or so to jump in and start racing with us. You jump right in, so we're excited. We're excited to have you. So. Well, let's jump right into it. I want to talk to Jon a little bit about, and y'all go ahead and put your questions in the chamber. If you got something in chat, that'd be pretty cool to jump in, throw it in there now. We'll ask him. But Jon, tell us a little bit about yourself. We want to know about you. We want to get to know you. That's what this is about. It's not about talking about your racing. We don't give a shit how it went last night. We want to know about you, where you come from. And we want to know, where you served and your time in the military, obviously. But let's start with where you were born and where you grew up.
Born in Kingsville, Texas. I was there for all of 30 days, so I'm one of those Texans that doesn't really claim it just because I wasn't around long enough. Kind of moved around. Yeah, if I get a lot for that. Anyway, Navy brat, so grew up traveling a little bit. Dad was stationed out in Oceana in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So I spent a good chunk of time there. But I ended up graduating from Southport High School in Southport, Indiana. After that, joined the Air Force right away, 2003. Got stationed I was a hydraulics aircraft maintainer. Got stationed at Kadena, working KC-135s. Got stationed at Osan for 2 years, working on the U-2 reconnaissance planes. And then I got to spend 15 years at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, being a part of the greatest mission that there is in the military, the Combat Search and Rescue Mission, where the whole point every day was to show up and train so that we can make sure that the worst day in somebody's life wasn't their last day. So we took a lot of pride in that, and I got to work HH-60s for about 7.5 years, and HC-130Js for another 8 years after that. And got to retire last year in 2024, and moved back out to Indiana afterwards. So,
well, man, congratulations on your retirement. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, what was your favorite platform to work on?
Probably the helos. Seeing that mission day in, day out, especially did 2 tours in Iraq, working on the 60s, and being able to see that mission take place every day was pretty special. We did get a lot of good missions in Turkey when I was working on the 130s as well, but something a little G.I. Joe-ish, if you will, about working on 60s and launching them out and covering wounded warriors and stuff.
All right, so I have questions.
Sure.
I mean,
that's one way of putting it.
Eddie's already had you give us your birthplace. Can we go and get your social and so we can start right then? No, I'm kidding.
Well, your first elementary school would be great too if you could.
Yeah,
get in your password.
The street name of where you grew up. You could put that all out there.
Your first dog.
Yeah.
Being born in Kingsville, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say your dad flew for the Navy, right?
No, he was a electrician on F-14s.
Okay.
Or
F-14s.
Wow.
Unusual.
Pat probably knew him.
What?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. We very well may have been there at the same time. So when was your dad at Oceana?
Oceana would have been. I mean, he retired in '96.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was there.
So we'll go late '80s to 1996 ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so we were all there at the same time.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
I got there in September of '92, left there in '95, and
yeah, I was there from '94 to '96.
The only thing I really remember was going out there to watch the air shows and watch the semi truck Shockwave just destroy everybody every week.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We were all there together.
Yeah.
So it's unusual. I mean, especially definitely now. There's not a whole lot of enlisted people that are going to be at Kingsville or even Corpus, Whiting, Meridian. You know, that's all contract work now. So that's kind of why I thought maybe your dad was a pilot out there for flight school for advanced stuff. So yeah, right on.
I mean, I know he was there in 1984.
Yeah,
because that's when I showed up.
Yeah, and that's
other than that, I don't know.
And that's probably the tail end of military people, maintaining training aircraft. Really, ever since then, it's pretty much been contractors. So cool.
Yeah,
my questions are over.
Yeah, anything about your dad? Any more we want to talk about your dad?
He lives down the road.
Do you have
can we get him on? so y'all can talk about it. Go ahead, Pat.
This is off the rails right now.
Well, both Pat and I were avionics, so I mean, we weren't electricians. Don't really care for electricians, but they're all right. I mean, they're okay people. But,
yeah. Well, I guess it really depends if he was I or O level. But I digress from there. Eddie's having a great time with this conversation, and so
feeling left out.
It's goat talk.
Yeah,
all of the goats. I'm the talk usually, so I'll let y'all go ahead and do some talk.
Aw, look at. So tell us a little bit about your love for racing and really how you came about finding our organization.
All right, so believe it or not, I did not grow up a huge fan of racing. I actually the only season of racing I ever watched growing up was the 2001 season, meaning the very first race I ever saw was Dale's last. Pretty rough way to be introduced into racing. But I really didn't get into it too much until, believe it or not, COVID. When everything started shutting down, the first competitive thing that aired on TV was NASCAR. And I said, you know what? Let's dive deep. So I started watching everything I could about NASCAR for the week or so leading into the first race that they were going to show. And my wife did too. And then, we followed the rest of that season. Started watching as much IndyCar as possible, and I just got hooked after that. And then, long story short with this, but I ended up with a little bout of cancer, and I was bedridden at the house for 3 months, I think, on medical leave. But I found the end of the internet during that time. And at the end was a show called Drive to Survive on Netflix about F1. And we watched, I think, all 4 seasons they had at that point. And that led right into the next weekend was the first race for the F1 season that year. And I have not missed a NASCAR race, an IndyCar race, or a F1 race since.
Wow.
Yeah, we like that.
That's pretty impressive. So who do you follow in NASCAR? We got to know.
So NASCAR, big track house guy. I also like Chase Briscoe. Up and down career I think he finally has a good home with him in the 19 though. I think that's going to be his next decade. It will be in that car. I think he's a good transition from Truex to Chase as well. But big track house guys. I like watching SVG on the road courses, and I like watching them struggle and everything else. It kind of remind me of my races that I've tried to gain confidence in on this sim rig, same way. But Chastain, it's kind of hard not to root against a farmer that does this on the weekends. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of merit into something like that. And I think he represents a lot of what most of us kind of wish we could do, work a 9 to 5 and then on the weekends, just go be a superhero for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's who I really like for IndyCar. Before I knew about Goat Locker, I was a big Connor Daly fan and Juncos Hollinger Racing and everything, and Stingray Rob. So nice to see that there's potential out there for things in the future. And the way I found Goat Locker was actually through InVets. There was a guy there that when he asked me if I had a dream job, what it would be, I said to work any possible job at all for a race team. I wouldn't, if I was the tool gopher or the janitor, I'd be fine as long as I got to wear a hat and a race team shirt on Sundays. I'd be more than happy to do that. So he was the first one that kind of nudged me towards Goat Locker, and then sent out that I think InVets did a big post about the Sim Rig giveaway.
Yeah,
and it just kind of snowballed after that. I entered, shocked to hear I got a phone call back, and then even more shocked to hear a couple days later that I was going to be the recipient. I think I had this thing built in 4 hours. I mean, I was ready.
Well, it's cool. It's cool to hear that you jumped right in with the racing and found a love for it. It's funny how we all find things at different times of our life, and it's hearing you talk about the different things. It's sort of how I feel about racing, and find the love for anything with a motor. You start to you see NASCAR because it's on TV when you're growing up, and you see IndyCar and F1. Then you start to discover all these other smaller different type of series, a local level, and just it starts to kind of run rampant. But you picked I think you probably picked a good little team in NASCAR. They had some bright lights there for a little while. Then the next gen kind of messed them up. But man, next season to have Ross Chastain, SVG, and Connor Zilich as your 3-car lineup, that's pretty good.
It's a lot of potential. I think Connor's about to light the world on fire, I hope.
Well, I mean, SVG, that's a big topic of conversation with all the road courses. But the scary thing is that Connor Zilich is just as good as SVG, it feels like, at road courses. And then he's lights out on the oval, too. He has no issue figuring that out. I'm assuming being young is probably a good reason why he's able to learn really quickly. SVG's been doing the same thing forever. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank God he's young and made of rubber. Otherwise, if SVG took that tumble out of the car the other week, man, he'd be done for a year.
I don't know. He's a stud, man. He probably jump right up. He's like got that kangaroo in him. He'll bounce back up. But yeah, that's going to be a fun lineup. So I love the Trackhouse pick. Ross Chastain is a he's a fun driver. I mean, if you're looking for action, if you want something that's going to be a little wild, you can always guarantee on Chastain do something crazy like go around Martinsville on the wall wide open, or reverse across the start finish line last weekend. So it's crazy. I hope the performance gets up there. It seems like the road course stuff's going to be pretty good, but their oval stuff has been pretty bad. So hopefully it jumps back up. All right, good stuff from you guys, Patrick Rabbit, Marcus. Patrick's look. I'm gonna give you all a little inside baseball. Patrick's always like, Eddie, you talk too much. You got to give me some space. Give me an opportunity to talk. And I'm like, all right. So here I just silence. That's all I get.
I'm not used to it, so I'll own my part of it right there. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to the pauses there a little bit, but no, I mean, it's cool to get to know you. It was awesome to come over to the house, drop the equipment off, meet your wife, and just sit and chat for a little while. And it's always cool to me. Eddie captured it in the video as I'm snapping pictures of all your memorabilia. That was pretty cool. It's always cool to me to see those types of things and talk to somebody that served for that amount of time. And then also, I mean, I think you did set the record time for the fastest person to build their rig. I think that's like hands down. Usually I'll get a couple snapshots. Man, I got this part together. I'm going to fire up the PC tomorrow, whatever. It was like, 37 minutes later, dude, I'm on iRacing. I'm going. I'm like, shit. We just left, man. I just got home. So that's awesome, man. I love to see the passion, and couldn't be happier to have you a part of the organization. And I know you were out at the Lincoln Tech Car Show, man. What did you think about, coming out to and seeing one of our live in-person events?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I think getting everybody involved who, it's going to pique everybody's interest when they see a sim rig like that, especially with the, was it 49-inch ultra wide or whatever. That's always going to perk anybody's interest. And I don't know how many times we brought people over that were looking at the sim rig and immediately told them the mission, and every single one of them got on their phone immediately to look it up and look up the website and wanted to either find a way to get involved or find a way to at least watch and participate in some facet. And I think that was a really, whoa, bing, bang, boom. I think it was just one of those things where it was nice to see that it's a very just genuine atmosphere and genuine people want to be involved. And that's what you want to see. You don't want to just see something that's trendy or whatever. This is something that's going to stick around and be a helpful, survivable community for us for a long time.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been into sim racing? Like, have you done sim racing in the past? Is this your first go at it?
So I had never touched iRacing before outside of the World of Outlaws game. The big game, essentially what I was doing before this was if I wasn't spending time at work or spending time with family, I was playing the F1 games. Very rare, a little bit Gran Turismo, but really, I had several hundred hours of time on each F1 game. It's essentially one of the only things I played on a regular basis. And I kept that going for as long time. I never realized how much, like, that's a toy at this point. Like, I can't even believe how much time and effort I used to put into it to try and get good times on that, because this is leveling up at a ridiculous scale. But I do love it. I mean, I did 3 races today, and each one I was, even the one that I got wrecked out again today, I was like, I still loved every minute of this. So,
well, you normally, for somebody that has played games and they use a controller and stuff and they like racing games, it's usually a sort of like sort of like an ayahuasca type experience when you get in a sim rig for the first time, and you're like, holy crap, this is different. This is something else. I got a wheel, I got pedals, I got all this stuff. Did that kind of like, that sort of experience, did you kind of have that when you first got into the rig?
Ayahuasca? Anyway, no, I sat down in it and I was like, I don't know, man, this just feels like the same Logitech feel that I had for the PlayStation. And then I turned it on. That direct that direct feed or direct drive changed the absolute game to, like, the Logitech's a toy that I use as a giant coaster now for kegs. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. This thing is amazing.
It's like a Russian wheel. Like, you don't turn the wheel, the wheel turns you, right?
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's such a sim racing is such a cool hobby, and I'm curious, knowing how much it costs. I'm always curious, with the recipients, knowing that these are, this is $3,000 or ish equipment, right, Pat?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a pretty tough step to get over to get into sim racing. And I'm curious, without receiving this, would you have gotten into this yourself? Would you have kind of put the money towards, having a rig, or have you ever thought about having one?
So we thought about having one, and my wife and I made it a point that we were going to start saving for one. And this was no kidding. Like, so I just moved back to Indiana in May, and I think the next month when my wife and kid were able to come out here, we discussed it and we were like, well, let's start thinking about saving up for that starting at the new year. So in all honesty, starting in January, in a few months, I was going to start saving for one, hoping to build up enough savings to get it for 2027. So the fact that this was, this is just, I don't use the term blessed too often, but this is definitely one of the times in my life I've truly felt blessed and just happy that all of this worked out in such a way.
And then he joined Discord and was immediately regretful And so it's just all gone in the shitter since then. But
Yeah, I know.
Wait, him joined Discord?
yeah.
Dude, he was throwing memes in the first day. What are you talking
That's
about?
true. That's true.
He was nailing it. He was throwing, he was making memes and templates and shit, making fun of me. It was great. Yeah, it was great, dude. So,
you know that situation
fine.
where it's the situation where they say you walk into the prison yard, you punch the first bullet.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I had to meme Eddie right out the gate.
Well, if
Nice.
if he's made it to the end of the internet, he knows how this shit goes. So, well, man, it's so cool to have you, and it's cool to see you race last night. Yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing you join a series. If you thought about what you might want to race, I mean, you obviously got an open wheel kind of. Seemed like the interest is there for open wheel stuff. Have you tried anything other than the NASCAR stuff? What have you tried so far?
So I was in the Indy race last week for the Tuesday race. That one also did not end well.
Hey, look, and there'll be a lot more that don't end well than there ever be that end well. So you might as well just be like, just bask in it, like a nice sunbathe on the beach. Be like, I got wrecked. This is great.
Everybody has told me the same thing. Like, if you make it to the end, you're more than a survivor. So no, I do plan on partaking in Mondays and Tuesdays for now. Seeing how that goes, I'd like to probably do that for the rest of this season and probably the spring season or the early season next year. Keep it to Mondays and Tuesdays and then kind of branch out after that. And we'll see. I'm more than interested in trying. If I had the time and effort to do every day of the week, I probably would.
No, don't do that.
But I'm also worried about getting burnt out.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Don't want that.
Do not do it.
And then watch out for those sports car guys, man. They're always actively out there recruiting. We've got them in chat here tonight, man.
Yeah.
Come race on Saturdays.
Right?
Yeah. Watch out, those sports guys. They'll snatch.
It's like meth addicts. It really hey, come over and hang out. And you're like, for what? What are we gonna do? You know, look, they're missing teeth and shit. Like, what are we doing at your?
Come race sports cars.
What are we doing at your house?
I don't know how well my Macho Man scheme would look on one of those sports cars.
I think it'd look amazing.
It'd look good. Yeah. Look, you get in a V10. Tell me it don't get your blood pumping, dude. So we'll see.
Happy.
Get in that Lambo or that Audi, and you'll hit the gas a couple times with the Mustang if you're a man, and it'll get you. It'll get you. Now, if you're a Chevy guy and you get in the Corvette, I hate to tell you, it's a weed eater. You're not getting a whole lot of fluff out of those, so I don't know. That's not my fault. It's the Chevy's fault. They're the ones who made it sound like that. So,
I wonder who has the fastest lap at the Nürburgring right now. I wonder what car that is. That's crazy.
Well, and you could have that, but you also sound like a weed eater.
Well, you understand. That's how a flat plane crank sounds, right? So, it's high RPM and it screams. It doesn't rumble, it screams.
It's screaming all right. It's like, let me out of this muffler. That's all I can hear every time someone passes me.
What'd you say when it passes you, right? That's what you said when it passes you? Okay.
Well, hey, I'm driving an Audi, man. It's fine.
You're not driving Rexy anymore?
I wanted to try something different. Hey, have y'all seen it? It's awesome.
That is sharp.
Pretty sweet scheme. Their marketing is second to none. Like Ford, like Multimatic with the Ford schemes are like, oh my god, please. These manufacturer teams get so old with it. Then you got Rexy out there and Roxy, showing some that you can have fun doing this stuff. Especially if you're trying to kids coming, they want to see Rexy, man. I don't want to see Multimatic's Ford scheme. I want to see something cool. So. Yeah, no, I've been driving the Audi, and it's been a lot of fun. I wanted to try like a mid-engine car, and I couldn't find one that I enjoyed, and I got in the Audi or the Acura a couple times, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I've been driving the Acura. I'll eventually go back to the Porsche. It's just a blast to drive, but the Acura is pretty fun too. So,
which leagues do all of you guys participate in?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm kind of part-time in IndyCar. I really love IndyCar. It's so much fun. I love the mental challenge of it, because you're either on a road course, you're dealing with how to manage your push to pass and, managing which type of tire to put on at what time and how to stint them. Or if you're running the ovals, you're messing with your weight jacker and you're messing with, your roll bars. And am I behind 4 cars? Am I behind 2 cars? Because this is what I've got to adjust here. Absolutely love them. And then what I love about them so much too is there's zero room for error. You can't beat and bang with nobody. You can't be trying to shove somebody off into the corner. You're both going to die. There's just a lot of thought process that goes behind it. I run Premier Cup on Wednesdays when I'm not wrecking, and which seems to be happening frequently this year, but that's all right. And then I got to hang out with Eddie on Thursdays, and then our flagship series on Friday nights, man. Out there trying to defend my title.
Hell yeah!
And Marcus doesn't go here, so he doesn't race much.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's Wednesday rough. And Friday. That's about it.
He even said that like he was depressed.
Because he knows it's true. He knows it's true. It's you said I'm gonna take the summer off and then I'm gonna come back, and you ain't
take the summer off. I mean, it's not like not like choice. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like last night was my last race for probably 3-4 weeks. So
Yeah.
Well, you put on a pretty badass event. But John, before we kind of move on here, I will tell you this: when you get in and drive a few cars, the one that makes you giggle when you go around a corner, that's the one you ought to drive. That's my advice. If you go around the corner and you go, heck yeah, that if it does something like that, drive that. Whatever oval car that is, whatever road course car that is, Indy car, open wheel, if it gives you that good when you go around the corner by yourself, just driving alone, you'll put the time into it. You'll see a lot of progress if you do that. So if I was going to give any advice that you didn't ask for, which is usually hated, do that. Unsolicited advice, everybody's favorite.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're glad to have you, John. Stay with us for the rest of the episode. You're more than welcome to jump in at any time and give your opinion on stuff. Just jump in. And but man, we're so glad to have you. First off, second of all, third off, I guess. I don't know. What is this? Last off? I don't know. Get me off
17.
of here. I'm in trouble.
I'm glad you said here. I'm just glad you ended that saying with here. That's all.
Is that like what I said about George Jules' bumper last night?
Because there was a pause in between that and here, and I was like, please say another word.
Oh you could see all up in George Jules' guts last night.
Yeah, you did.
I'd laugh.
I was like, I was in the booth, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, okay, all right.
Although I do have a complaint about last night. You couldn't have froze your computer like a minute and a half earlier than it did, so we didn't have to see me freaking just wipe caustic out. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I am glad you pointed out. I didn't know what happened. I mean, we were just cruising along, and then all of a sudden it was like the dude was in my lap, and it was.
Don't you think my analysis was good?
It was perfect because I didn't know what happened. I messaged you as soon as the race was over. I was like, dude, I am sorry.
Well, if I was Dave Regal, I would have said you wrecked him because you hated his mama or something like that.
What? I haven't met his mom, but I mean, it was either run him over or freaking try to get to the inside there, and it definitely looked like I just freaking ran him over. That's what I felt like. I was like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, there was a checkup. Yeah. 2 cars in front of him. They were trying to get going, and a lot of people forget because they watch. I mean, it's just like in real life. Unless you could see the onboard, a lot of times you don't really know what the driver can see and can't see. Mm-hmm. And I just know from experience, your onboard could see the back end of Caustic's car. When he checked up, it was you're trying to react, and so. But yeah. I think it was pretty clear what happened there, and you're going for it at that point. That was a little bit later in the race too. So
that Brennan guy, he didn't give me dang EOL for that.
Hey, how about that?
Do that again.
Dude, that's a wiener swinging I ain't never seen. Come in the first RC and give a EOL to the head goat.
Good for him for doing it. Good for him. I mean,
hey,
I assumed it was my fault. I didn't look. He gave me the EOL. I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean,
did you yell at him like you normally do?
No. Y'all saw me. I pulled.
You didn't yell at him?
Went off pit road, pulled off the side, let everybody go around. Man, no. I told him afterwards, I said,
imagine.
you ever yell at me again, I'm going to dang hunt you down.
He ain't lying either.
Yeah. Well, man, let's transition into that race a little bit, and we'll talk about it. Man, fantastic all the way around. I mean, all the way around from top to bottom, start to finish, from the qualifying races to all the, people putting the link out there, advertising it, all the donations beforehand to get us across the finish line before the race even started. I mean, so many positive things, that even the things that were negative, like the issue that race control had to deal with in the middle of the race, where iRacing just completely freaked out. It didn't matter. It didn't detract at all. We had top badass race control taking care of it, making sure everything was right. The broadcast was able to talk about other things. The broadcast went down. Badass announcers just kept announcing. You guys were patient, get it back going, and things went wrong. But I feel like that's just such a goat locker thing. The whole race was goat locker. We had some issues. We got amazing people that take care of them, get them back going. We had green flag pit stops in a 42-car race. It was a really great example, sort of a microcosm or a small ecosystem of what goat locker is really like. Really great people, volunteering, everybody working to make it an amazing show. Things happen. We jump on top of it. We get it fixed. And that's the way I felt about the race last night.
Yeah, I agree with you. Being in it was intense. Was not the race I expected us to have. Just being honest. All right,
Were you glad? Were you glad to have that combo that you chose? Were you happy about that?
Yeah. I heard some complaints from some other people. Oh, this car sucks. I'll tell you, you had to drive that car last night. You had to wheel that thing. It, it doesn't. It's underpowered, but when that right rear starts going, getting off the corner is difficult. And if you can't handle that, you're not going to do it. You're not going to go very fast. And we saw some of that. Some people struggling with that. But look, we put, as you said, 42 cars. Unfortunately, Eldon Stewart got hung up in traffic getting home and couldn't make it in on time. So we should have had a full field. But 42 cars on the track with such a varying difference in experience level out there. I mean, throwing John under the bus here, but I mean, come on, he's brand new, and we had him out on the track. Other people, not too much more experience than him, with people with a lot of experience out there, and we made it work. Hopefully everybody had a
green
good time.
flag pit stops.
Yeah, and I didn't see a lot of selfishness, so I was happy about that. Sometimes we get some of that stuff going on, especially if there's prizes on the line. No matter what they are, it doesn't seem to matter. People get a little carried away with it, but didn't see that. I thought race control, not even throw out the issue with the whole getting back going green. And I think that was a case of somebody not paying attention to what iRacing was telling them to do. It was causing that, but it is what it is. But Dan handled that. But even the when to throw the caution, when not to throw the caution, I thought Dan was on the spot with all that. The only complaint I got with Dan is he was supposed to come down and talk to me before the halfway mark so we could discuss this thing, competition caution, and he never did come down. And then that one caution we had there, I don't know, was 60-something laps to go. That kind of served as that. But that's the only thing he dropped the ball on. Other than that, Dan and Brennan were absolutely outstanding last night. So.
Yeah. I thought it was an amazing race. I got the privilege of sitting in the booth. I haven't been in the booth in a very long time. I kind of, as I said last night during the race itself, I kind of bulldogged my way into the broadcast booth last night and hung out with Eddie and Dan, and absolutely had an amazing time. Calling a race. Hadn't had the opportunity to do that in a very long time. For those of you that have been around Goat Locker, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when me and Jamie were calling races.
How we paid the bills.
It is how we paid the bills. We were calling 2 races on Friday nights. One of them started at like 11 o'clock at night or some crap. It was crazy.
Hey, we did get White Castle one time though. So
that's true.
That.
We did get White Castles delivered, DoorDash to us. That was amazing.
It happened since. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know. Somebody wants to hit up that DoorDash. I'll give you my address right now. I will smash some White Castles. But what an amazing time, man. And to be able to call the race, talk about what Goat Locker Racing's doing, hang out with a couple really good friends of mine, watch an amazing race. And like Jamie said, I never would have guessed in a million years that we were going to have green flag pit stops. No way. So again, a huge shout out to Race Control. Dan and Brennan up there just did an amazing job. We actually put the camera on Dan at one point in time. And if you ever want to see, how stressed out a Race Control guy gets in the biggest race that Goat Locker Racing's ever put on, that man did not look like he was having a great time at all. He's trying to sort through weird stuff, and get the field straight, and probably sweating bullets about when to throw a caution and when not to, and but just killed it. And I said it quite a few times, and I won't belabor the point here this evening. I spoke a lot about it last night, and everybody that tuned in last night, thank you. It was the most watched race in Goat Locker Racing history.
Oh, wow.
I think Eddie told me at one point in time we had over 80 live viewers tuned in, which doesn't sound like huge numbers, and they're not, but they are for us. That's crazy to know that, we had 80-something people tuned in live. I don't know, how many times the race has been viewed so far. I think Jamie hit me up this morning, and it had already been viewed close to 500 times.
422 when I watched it this morning. By far and away more than anything else on B-Speed.
Yeah. And so if you tuned in, you participated, all those things, thank you. Jamie will talk a little bit about, the money we raised and the prizes that are going out and all that fun stuff. And, obviously people are thinking about the sweepstakes as well. And when that closes down and we're going to do those announcements, Jamie has all that. But a huge shout out to Jamie and Ryan Pendleton who put this whole thing together. I stepped out of it and said, here you go, have fun with it. I'm not sure that's what the answer Jamie wanted to hear, but he just took it and ran with it. And him and Ryan just absolutely killed it. And you don't know how much goes into planning one of these things. Eddie's pulling his hair out because he realizes it's the biggest race Goat Locker Racing's ever put on, and he wants it to be perfect and these things and that things. And then he went and did that video, which got me all choked up and everything too. Mm-hmm. And, so much time and energy and effort went into it. And it just ended up being such an amazing time.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah,
watching that this morning. Man, I don't know. I mean, I've watched it several times already, and it's like each time I watch it, it's like something else I'm noticing from it. That it's like, how did we get here? And we say this a lot. Me and Pat say this a lot to each other. How did we get here? We went from, one series on Thursday night. Again, we couldn't even race in it. We had to do the broadcast. To now this, over 500 people in the Discord, racing 7 nights a week. Videos coming out with complete strangers wearing our dang logo on their clothes. Talking about how the things we've done has made an impact in their lives. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. And we get so busy with stuff that we don't even get opportunities to really think about that a lot until Eddie puts freaking video together, and then we got to sit there and have it in our face and, remind us. So thanks, Eddie.
Hey, you guys did all the work. It was just a mirror to the work that y'all did. I'm just, it was so much fun to put that together because it was, y'all don't get a whole lot, and I know the word you'll say, the PR thing you'll say is, well, we don't want anything. It's not here for us. We're not here to talk about us. But I wanted y'all to have something to say, like, hey, let's like you said, step back and see what we've done here, be able to stop and smell the road. There's always so much going on that it's easy to kind of let stuff kind of fly by. It's like that in most things in life, I think. When you're so busy, you just don't get a whole lot of time to really just kind of sit there and reflect. And I mean, you guys have done amazing stuff in such a short time, and I feel like that it's exponentially going to grow and keep going. People want to be a part of it. People are messaging me going, hey, people that maybe had raced a long time ago or in other leagues, like, hey, is there any room for me in Goat Locker? And they already know. They already know there might be a problem getting you in, and that's it's cool. It's a lot of fun. It's great. There's so many people wanting to be a part of it, and that's awesome too. But it all started with y'all. It started. It's always good to remember, where it all started, how it's, where it came from. Those broadcasts y'all were doing for that Thursday night late model league with 7-8 people in it made a difference in where we are now. Even if it's a small part, a large part, all those little small nuggets of time and effort that you did, you go, why am I? You might have said, why are we doing this? And that all matters. So it matters to this point. So, I'm just happy to be a part of it, man. It's so cool to see what y'all have done. Y'all don't get enough credit at all, which, like I said, y'all won't take any. But it's a cool thing. There's no doubt about it.
And not, I mean, I appreciate what you're saying.
Okay, let's go on to a segment. Let's do a segment. What do you say? Y'all want to do a segment? Let's do a go to the week. And I'm gonna ban some people from the go to the week.
Oh,
what's happening?
Okay, who's banned?
Yeah, he's banned.
You said you're banning people. Who'd you ban?
Oh, am I lagging?
No.
No.
You're perfect.
Not on our end.
Well.
Are you
What's
drunk
happening?
again?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I hear you.
I hear you just fine.
Come on.
Eddie, you're there.
You're there. Just talk.
Am I lagging?
No.
It's stuttering? Okay, anyway. No, I thought no. Barkus, you guys both stuttered, and it was like 20 seconds behind. So it's on my end, I guess.
Was that why you cut me off?
Okay. It's still behind. It's crazy. Y'all don't understand. You're talking about 30 seconds behind me.
Is this our Mississippi internet?
Shit that I said like a minute ago. It's hilarious. That's why anyway, I'm gonna.
This is Eddie from the future.
Now he's just gone.
Now he's gone.
With it. I'm out of here. It's now go.
All right. Well, while he's gone,
Ninja bombs so quick.
The point I was getting ready to make was,
there we go.
Appreciate Eddie. Giving you the prop.
Can't hear nothing. What is happening?
Oh, it's off the rails. Got it. Yep. He'll figure it out. We'll just keep talking in the meantime. And then eventually it's going to click in his ear and he'll be like, what just happened? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. He just looks confused. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a great time to plug one of our great sponsors, Alexander PCs. If your PC is jacking up on you right now, it's not functioning for you, it doesn't work, you're having troubles with your cam and your audio and all those things, it might be time to get a new PC. Please go to alexanderpcs.com. TJ up there, great veteran-owned company. They've built every single computer for Goat Locker Racing. I got one. Every veteran that has received a rig has got one, or mobile sim has one. I know a couple of the guys in the league have got them as well. Eddie seems to be fighting this right now, but I think he needs to call up Alexander PCs and get himself, something legit. He still looks way confused.
Hello?
Hi,
yes,
buddy.
We hear you.
Dude, this is unbelievable. What's happening? Everything's falling apart. All right. Well, I don't care if this is awful. This is unbelievable, dude. We're going to go to the week, and there's some people that are banned. We're not going to give Race Control the go to the week. So Daniel Kerkeel has won. Brennan, man, fantastic job by Brennan McDonald. So we're going to ban those guys, though, because that was the easy choice. I want to make it difficult on y'all. So let's start with Pat. Goat of the week, who you got?
I got Jake Ellingson. And the reason I have Jake Ellingson, we talk about him, I don't think we talk about him enough, quite honestly. Every once in a while we'll talk about him. Luckily enough, we got some camera time with him last night because he finished in second in the race last night. He's getting ready to step into a much bigger role here with Goat Locker Racing, and he's doing it without any hesitation whatsoever. He loves to be a part of the family, loves to be a part of the community, has sacrificed a lot of his own personal time to help us out, to be a part of it, and he's always there to help out other people. So that's my goat of the week, man. My little stepbrother, Jake Ellingson.
I love it. Well, Marcus, who you got for goat of the week?
I'm going to go a little different route. I'm going to go with a new guy around here, Bobby Bender. When I'm, looking around social media with all the posts we've made about the fundraiser, there's been a lot of people sharing the stuff, no doubt. Mm-hmm. George Jewell, Shasta Jewell, Dan shares it a lot. I see a lot of people sharing it, but Bobby has gone above and beyond with the posts he's made, trying to drum up support for the fundraiser, writing basically personal, statements on these posts that he's made about the fundraiser and how important this is. So, for somebody that's been here such a short period of time, he clearly is on board and is grasping what we are about. So, for that reason alone, right there, Bobby Bender is my goat of the week.
Well, John, we do a goat of the week segment, and I'll come back to you because, man, I'm going to say my goat of the week is Daniel Cunningham. I got to give him a lot of props, man. He has been willing to help out. He's the only person, and not to throw anybody else under the bus because other people are busy or they want to be in the race, but he was the only person that messaged me before I even put out feelers and said, hey, I want to announce that race. And wow. I love that, man. I love that. And he's honestly, I told him this last night, I can't believe how good he is at it. He's very, very good at it. He's shown his talent every single time he gets in the booth, and he's only getting better. So that's going to be my goat of the week, Daniel Cunningham, man. He's been kicking ass.
That's a good one, Eddie. Good job. Good pick. That's solid.
Yeah. John, who you got, man? It could be anybody. Goat of the week is not something particular to Goat Locker. Usually it is, but it can be your mailman who didn't deliver a bill this week or something. Something that that made you happy. Somebody around you that is sort of what you might call the goat of the week.
I'm gonna go with Andy Carnes.
Hey, all right.
That guy's done a lot for me already as far as helping me with races, as far as and just getting me more involved with Goat Locker in general. He's a big part of the team, it seems like, and he's definitely helped me a lot over the last couple of weeks. It's pretty easy choice for me between just all the help I've gotten from him so far. So that's definitely my goat of the week.
Man, I love it. Love it, love it. Came ready. Yeah, solid goat to the week, I'd say. Well, gosh, we got a lot we talked about there. Anything else on the fundraiser race? Anything that we need to announce, Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of awards that need to be announced. Got probably one that's going to be probably pretty controversial, but I'm going to tell you, Eddie, I really appreciate what you said on the broadcast about the Back of the Pack award. When you were mentioning that, and you said a very key thing about who actually made an effort to qualify and didn't just bag. Okay, so when it comes out who I'm giving it to, there's probably going to be a couple of people who are going to be like, well, why not me? Well, because you were 2 seconds off your practice speed and clearly didn't actually put down a qualifying lap. But anyways, so we'll start with the money first. I know everybody's interested in that. So the total raise between the races, which is the 2 qualifier races we ran this week, the main event race, and the sweepstakes, we raised a total of $5,213. Thank you, everyone that contributed to that.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Anything that deserves an air horn, it's that one.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, we exceeded our goal on the sweepstakes, which was $4,000. Didn't really set a total goal, but Definitely thrilled with the amount of money we raised. We're going to be able to get that rig to a first responder with that money. So it'll be the first time we've been able to do that. So excited to be able to do that. You know, if I've got a complaint though, and this is kind of goes along to the post I made, and I'm hoping maybe we can finally, I don't know, clear up the confusion with why we do the qualifier races and the main event and why there's a difference between the two. Because I don't know, man, for us being a racing league, it seems like we got a lot of people who are completely lost on how like the NASCAR All-Star race works. And I really don't understand what's confusing about it, right? You've got X number of people that are locked into that all-star race, right? They're the guys that have won, past champions, past winners of the all-star race. You know, they're locked in, okay? They get the race in the all-star race. Now, unlike NASCAR, we have multiple qualifier races, all right? And the reason we do that is to give the 500 plus people that we have in our Discord an opportunity to have a chance to get their way in, right? And no way we can do that with just one race. Okay. So I am disappointed with the outcome that we didn't have more than what we had signed up for the qualifying races. And I don't know if it's because people are confused about it or what the deal is with that. And, you know, people are probably like, well, you know, I wouldn't make it through. I wouldn't train. Who cares? It's not the point. The point ain't to make it through, right? We all want to make it through. Just like last night, there was 42 dudes on that track. Do we really think 42 people had a shot at winning that race? Shut up, Eddie.
I mean, even just from my perspective, I wanted to do the qualifying race just to get more experience doing this.
There you go.
And I somehow made it in. Like,
there you go.
That was my point of view on it.
So I'm hoping we can get this cleared up on what the point of the qualifiers are. It's to give everybody an opportunity to contribute to the fundraiser, right? Instead of us just freaking putting our hands out and saying, give me money, because neither Pat or I want to do that. So this is a way we can say, we're at least giving you something, right? We're giving you a race to go run. We're giving you an opportunity to possibly run in this race over here too. We're giving you an opportunity to possibly win some Tony Kanaan gloves, right? So hopefully the next time we do this, which there's going to be a next time, I'm pretty sure we're set now. For now on, every season, the off week is going to be a fundraiser event of some sort. And not everybody in the committee knows yet, but I formed a fundraising committee today. So they may be hip to it by now. But
the hallmark of any nonprofit, the committee.
Committees, yeah. Now, the purpose of this committee is really not to do anything per se. I mean, we'll continue to do the work, but we need ideas. We need to know what's going to work, what doesn't work for people, you know, and to keep things fresh and to keep. Because again, I get it. I totally understand that we sell this to people. Come race with GLR. It's free. We're not asking for money. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't take more than 5 minutes of being in our Discord to figure out that everything we've got going on takes a lot of money to happen, right? So it would be a whole lot easier if everybody would put in that $5 when we're doing a sweepstakes instead of relying on a handful of people to put in a lot of money, right? So hopefully we're going to learn that. But anyways, so that's what we're
Cue the music again.
I'll get off the soapbox about it.
Hold on. Let me just let me cross the T on that. It's not about. It's just it's you enjoy a community. You go to a golf. You got a golf course you go to. Well, you probably pay some fee to be there. You know, and the reason why you pay the fee is because you love it. Now, Goat Locker doesn't ask for any money to race. That's sort of the idea, unless you're in the Premier Series. But that's sort of more of to separate and give you some stock in it. Like I paid money to be here. I'm gonna race like it. And so the idea isn't like It's just that, hey, you love this league. You love what it's doing. You talk about it all the time. When it comes time for, hey, we're asking you for help, show up. Show up. Go Locker shows up for you every week. Is here. People are putting in time and effort to be here. When it's time for Goat Locker that says, hey, we want to go and we want to give – we love Indiana. We love doing things inside of Indiana. We have aspirations of going outside of Indiana. People ask, we want to give a sim rig to someone outside of Indiana. That'd be nice. Well, this is how we do it. So it's not about begging for money or asking for money. It's about taking what you love about it, saying, I love this. I want a first responder to have – be a part of this, have some, what I get to have, and, applying that and saying, okay, I'm going to give a little bit to make sure that the next guy up can have a lot of fun. That's all it is. It's giving back to the place that you find a whole lot of enjoyment. If you're here and you've been here for longer than, a month or two, you have enjoyment and you're building up stock in here, and you ought to want to see it grow. And we just talked to Jon Lawless about it. Hey, would you have been sim racing if you weren't a Sim Rig recipient? Well, we had a 3-year plan to get a sim rig to come in and race. This is what Goat Locker does. Goat Locker slams that, just slices that entryway of coming and racing and doing what you love and having fun, and cuts that out and allows somebody to jump right in without having to pay a single dollar. That's what Goat Locker does. So if you ever want to know, well, why was Jamie seem like he's irritated about people not stepping up and contributing, that's why. Because you love it, you want to be a part of it. You enjoy every time you get to come and race most of the time, and that's it. Just all he's asking is for you to contribute to the thing you love. You got a hunting camp, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna trim some trees, and you're gonna pay a fee to be there. You're gonna have a work day. You got to go work. You're gonna plant something. You got something to do. This is your hunting camp. If you don't go out and hunt, you race. That's what you do. It's a hunting camp. So take care of it. Be help grow it. Help put in the fertilizer. Help do what. If you don't want to do race control or anything else, hey, jump in. And if you don't want to do race control, a couple dollars here and there, that's a great way of doing it. So anyway, I just wanted to.
All right, let's announce some winners.
Not that you.
Box. Let's announce some winners.
All right, so winners. Last night, we'll start with the race winners. All right, everybody knows Brian Provo's a race winner, and he also got the Hard Charger Award. So that means Brian Provo's getting that fancy, cool MK Fire Designs plaque that I really wanted. If y'all couldn't tell, I was pushing hard to try to get there at the end.
Yeah, you ran over Caustic trying to get it.
You should have checked up.
Full circle. That's one of those full circle jokes. We brought it all the way back around. Yeah.
And then, so as race winner, he's getting that plaque. As the Hard Charger Award winner, he selected the Aero McLaren track shirt. Awesome. Let's see, Jake Ellingson, second place, gets the Goat Locker T-shirt and hat. Cody McElwain, third place. He gets his choice of a shirt or hat, and he wanted the Aero McLaren track shirt as well. Apparently, nobody else has as much love for Willie B as Pat does. So.
It's still at the end of the day a Hendrick Motorsports track shirt. I mean, okay, whatever. I guess I'm just going to have 3 of them. Whatever.
And what did you learn? Don't give them a choice. Don't give them a choice. If you want them to have it, Pat, you got to just give it to them.
Apparently I can't even give them away. I mean, I don't know what the problem is. Hey.
All right, so then our pole award winner. Actually, we're going to give two winners last night. James Silvers won the pole. According to iRacing, he won the pole. He gets a set of Tony Kanaan gloves. Tyler Justice and him ran the exact same lap time, at least what we saw on the thing. I'm sure past that third digit, there was a difference somewhere, whatever. So Tyler Justice is going to get a set of gloves too. All right, because we're generous people. So that brings us to, because we've got the Hard Charger Award, and then that brings us to the Back of the Pack Award. And that one's going to go to John Herman. He was actually, I think he was the third slowest guy. I was going to go with Unger. Unfortunately, Unger picked up 2 incident points during his qualifying run, and I had put in the Discord that you couldn't get any points during that run. So just in case anybody was pulling some wall rubbing tricks or something, I don't know. But I said it, so I couldn't really. But Unger ran a 29.6, and he was the fourth. He was fourth from the back. So I really thought he made really the best effort of a qualifying attempt and was last. But John Herman was at least 0.3 within his practice speed. So that was my decision. I went with John Herman. I'm sure Corinne's going to have something to say, but
well, Corinne tried to give it away. Corinne already tried to give it away, so I think you're okay.
Yeah. So that's our awards there for the race. So we had 4. Well,
leader in the halfway.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I skipped right over that one. Cody McElwain. That's why Cody got the Aero McLaren track shirt. Leader at the halfway point, which, well, Dan had wrote it down for me. I completely forgot to pay attention to it was. So glad you said something on the broadcast, Eddie, and said who that was, or I probably would have known. Other than that, we had several other winners of things. We did the incentive things throughout. It was just kind of an internal drawing that we gave to try to, ramp up these sales. And I mean, we gave away 6 pairs of Tony Kanaan gloves, folks. Skylar Daly got a pair of those. Regis Clark. James Silvers actually won a pair for that as well. And I asked him today, I tried to offer him. I'm like, look, dude, you already won a pair of gloves. Do you actually want 2 pair of gloves? Or, I tried to offer him a water bottle because I know you said you had about a dozen of those sitting at the house. So, but no, he wants both pairs of Tony Kanaan gloves. I guess he's a fan. So he'll get those. And George Jewell won a set of gloves as well. And we gave away multiple Aero McLaren polos and hoodies and puffer jackets. The puffer jacket went to Mike Browning. The hoodie went to our Go to the Week, Dan Cunningham.
Nice.
An Aero track shirt went to Pat. I don't know if you know this person or not because he's probably your neighbor, Craig Gassaway. You don't know him? Okay. Oh.
Why should I know him?
Well, his address is pretty close to yours. So I thought maybe you never thought it was maybe a friend of yours. Anyways, he's getting a track shirt.
Awesome.
Armando Melgoza, he's getting a track shirt or the polo, and Jacob Malinke won the polo. So that brings us to the sweepstakes, which the drawing for the sweepstakes will be Monday, October 13th. And I thought maybe we would do that on Goat Talk next week, but apparently we're going to take that week off. So we will get those announcements out, probably a social media post, whatever, on Tuesday with those winners. So just to keep everything on the up and up, the reason we had to wait until the 13th to do that drawing was we had to give 3 days after sales ended before the tickets could be, or the entries could be drawn. So don't know why that was, but I didn't want to end the sales prior to the broadcast. So just, I know it was kind of a downer. I thought we'd be able to do the drawing before the broadcast ended. That was my plan the whole time. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people involved. I mean, we've sold well over 1,000 entries to that sweepstakes. I forget how many. Well, I can't even look now. Ton of people. I think it was like 73 different donors to the sweepstakes. So a lot of people involved there. We had 76 people racing this week between the 3 races. So, thrilled to death with how this turned out. A lot of work to get there, but thrilled with the outcome, thrilled with the money we raised, and can't thank everybody enough for, their donations and their support and their participation in this. So look forward to doing it again. I'm guessing probably in February will probably be our open week for 2026 season 1. Off the top of my head, we'll see, but that's when the next one will be. So.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations to all the winners from this past week, and going to be a lot of warm hands and a lot of warm torsos out there moving forward as we move into winter. But man, incredible night. A great show here tonight. I was really glad to have you here, Jamie and John. Man, thank you all for both making time coming on here. John, we're glad to have you a part of the community, man. Hope that you stick with us, and I hope that you have a good time, man. As always, if you need some help, reach out. If you ever need somebody, hey, I got a question about how to do something, man, get on Discord. Or you can send me a message. I'll try to help you out. So we're glad to have you. And anything else from you guys?
God, one last thing.
Okay.
Watching the broadcast, I really didn't realize that Eddie was a closet Gator fan there, because he was going on and on about how good blue and orange looked. So
you said closeted Gator, and I said, wait a minute. I'm glad you finished.
No, hey. Don't out yourself now. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. No. You were going on and on about how good orange and blue looked. So, somebody Mississippi State fan probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever.
I stand by it. I think I'm going to be orange, blue, and like a sort of a light orange. I think I'm going to be a Long Island Sharks fan from here on out, or a Delaware or a Kent State fan. I like those colors. So
Boise State.
No, we're not doing Boise State.
Get the blue turf too.
That's true.
No Boise State. Well, great show tonight. It was a lot of fun. We're going to get out of here. We were on here for 2.5 hours, me and Pat, and I know y'all are ready to get out of here as well. Tired of hearing us talk. So, hey, we thank all of our sponsors out there, Jam Printing Promotions. Got to give them a shout-out. Special one tonight, just for no reason. Just wanted to give them a special shout-out. But got to thank SAVE22, ATYL Media, of course, NASCAR .shop. Yeah, you heard that right. NASCAR with a D .shop. Go check them out. And tell them that ATYL Media Taylor Kitchen sent you. If you do, give them a little purchase. Shouldn't have said that. Don't know why I did. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for being a part of it. Thank y'all so much for everybody that watched, who shared the fundraiser race, who was a part of it, who worked on it, who volunteered in some way, donated money, all that stuff. Man, can't thank y'all enough. It's, the donation button never closes on goatlockerracing.org. So if you do decide you want to give a little bit more, it doesn't have to be any particular reason. And all that money always goes towards a sim rig for a deserving veteran or nonprofit. But anyway, I'm Eddie, Pat, Jamie, John. We're going to head on out of here. Y'all have a good night. See you later.